That is the actual sports equinox.
No, I'm watching the fucking finals. That's what I'm watching.
I'm probably gonna check out all of it, but
from home.
That's gonna be the equinox for 3 major sports leagues. 2 are in the postseason. 1 getting into the middle of their season.
All right, let's. I'm ready to start right away. To be honest. All right.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Yankees end up losing this game, this series. It was freaking tough. If you're just a baseball fan, in all honesty, you're probably loving the game because the game itself was a very good game. But the fact of the matter is that it was tough. If you had a dog in this fight, boy, it was back and forth. We'll talk about it. We'll break it down a little bit. We'll share our feelings. And Keith, Chris, and I are here together, man. PinstripeStrong.
Let's do it.
We're going to let it play. Whoa. What's going on, y'all? It is your boy Joe's. And rough end of the season here. Garrett Cole and everything comes down to one swing of the bat, man. That's basically what's happening here, and it freaking sucks. When the Rays recorded that final out, I dead ass took a second, man. I was dead ass like upset. I was emotional about it. I was thinking about a lot of the people because earlier somebody tagged me on a thread where they were saying Yankee fan today, tomorrow, forever, and everybody just kept tweeting. And I seen all of those people showing their pinstripes and pinstripe pride, and normally those people would probably be in the stadium. They'd probably be in the stadium. They'd probably be hyped, cheering the team on. And, there was a lot of people in their life. A lot of people in their life. And I want to thank all of you guys. And people that rolled through, or even people that are listening right now. I appreciate you guys too. But I was really upset, man, because I was sad about it. And R.I.P. Whitey Ford, of course.
R.I.P.
Who passed on today, and the Yankees would end the season on this night. Their hard-fought battle, and plain and simple, the bats just didn't show up. You can't help but think back at that game too. It is what it is, and I'm feeling upset, feeling emotional. I was a fucking mess. And even probably talking about it right now, we didn't even start the podcast right away, but talking about it right now, probably bringing up some shit right there. But got Keith next to me on my right. My brother's on my right. Got Chris here who made the trip, made it out here to fucking be here and battle with us. How you guys doing?
How you doing, Keith?
I'm actually fine. It's unfortunate that I'm used to this over the last.
No, because it's mad. It's funny because like Joe's like, yeah, man, I'm sad. And he's like, well, I'm happy here.
Nah, because I did get upset, and then I did get down, and then man, I saw some DMs coming in, and some people just immediately DMing me. Well, the people on Twitter that I follow back that can DM me, and then some people on Instagram DMing me, and I'm like, it just kind of takes me out of the like fandom, the individual fandom that I have for the Yankees, where it's all about my want and me wanting to win and me wanting to see the Yankees win the World Series. It took me out of that to realize that, like, yo, all this social media stuff and all of this work that we put in and the podcast and the content we create, we're reaching a lot of people, and it does a lot for Yankee fans that can't go to the stadium, like Joe said, people that are diehard Yankee fans like us that couldn't go to the games or couldn't go to their favorite bar or couldn't be with their family and friends sharing in this postseason run. And I got emotional for a second, and I snapped myself right out of it because I knew we had to do the pod. And Like it's unfortunate that the last 11 years I have experience with this, right? Like I could go back the last 5 years, what it felt like, at least the last 5 years, maybe 10, of how the season ended and what I felt like. Like I said right off the rip last year after the ALCS Game 6 in Houston, the way that ended, I was shot because we had the high and then immediate low. But this was different. I feel all right because also this 2020 season was a different season than we ever expected, and I immediately started thinking about what good came from this year. And PinstripeStrong, JomboyMedia, a lot of the things we did this year were positive. So even though the Yankees lost, we did have some wins along the course of this year in 2020, and I can't sit here mad. I can't sit here sad. I can't sit here and be down and not smile because we have a lot to build on and look forward to, and I'm thankful personally to be sitting next to Joe's McFly, Chris McFly, and now be Keith McFly. Don't forget the PHLY part of the PinstripeStrong family. It's dope, man. I'm happy. I'm happy with that. Chris, how you feeling, bro?
It's a lot of emotion, because it has been a tough year. And the Yankees and sports in general brought back some type of normalcy to what's going on, obviously. But seeing how it ended, a similar manner that it ended last year. It sucks, it sucks because, we put in a lot of energy, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into what we do and to bring you guys the type of content that we do. But it's also a privilege to have this platform, to share the same agony, the highs and the lows, and you guys been along for every ride. Seeing the numbers increase, like, there was like over 500, over 600. We all watching it together, going through.
People fuck with us, yo.
Yeah, man, crazy. Going through it, every pitch. I got to be honest, man. I walked my dog today, and I couldn't even make it down the block. And, it was really hurting me, what's going on. It's hurting me now, sitting right here, but I had to make it. I had to make it here. I had to make it and watch it with the fam. And I'm glad I did, even with the loss, I'm glad I did because I see how everybody's just interacting, how everybody's just appreciative of, just going through it together. And it sucks, man. It really sucks, but I'm grateful for all of you, everybody following through the Pinstripe Strong Army. It's always love, man.
Yeah, and shout out to my boy Lou, man. He came through today, Thanks. Man. He brought the energy.
Ram was here.
Ram was here. Bro, everybody was here, man. And it shit was awesome. But
yeah, man,
it's what it is right now. It's like these losses are never easy for me, personally, just because I know, how much. Like I invested, a lot emotionally into a season, right? Usually it's monetarily also, going to the stadium, doing all that. I wasn't able to do that. But, I invest a lot of like emotions, and you guys see how emotional I am with shit. Mm-hmm. But these losses are never easy for me, especially a lot of different Yankee fans and stuff like that. I know how you guys are feeling right now. You're feeling hurt, feeling a lot of emotions right now. Probably feeling hurt. You're feeling pissed off. Anger is probably in there. Pissed off at the analytics as well. There's a lot of possible emotions that you're probably feeling. But it's I hate to continuously keep saying, oh yeah, next year, because it's like, yo, bro, like, there's no promise, bro. I remember after 2017, I said that shit, and I really believed it. Like, yo, all right, next year, we going to come back. we going to take that next step. Like, that shit's promise. It's really not. That ass is really not. Like, you just don't know what's going to happen. And we'll get into the game, and this is more just reactionary about the pod. We'll leave, like, what the Yankees should do and shit like that for the offseason. We got an offseason pod. We're going to take a break after this for sure.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is that I felt, and probably you guys share it, analytic team just got a little bit too much in the way for me.
Yeah.
The front office, yeah.
Front office just got a little bit too much in the way, bro. You gave away that game two. That game two fuck your shit up. It really did fuck your shit up. You didn't have to plan for a 5-game series. Not that I'm saying that, you know, we're in the 5th game though. When we're in it. We had a chance to win that game.
Absolutely.
I don't want to go back and say, oh, because of game two. I don't want you guys to absolutely feel that at all. I don't want you guys to even misconstrue that. But it just makes you think, like, why you don't give up these games in the playoffs, right? But game 5, man, we had it.
Yep.
One-run game.
It was a 1-run game. It was a back-and-forth fight.
Tie game.
Judge comes out early, gives the Yankees the lead, 1 run. Let's go.
4th inning, yeah.
But nobody else can barrel up balls. Yankees had a grand total of 3 hits, but hey, the Rays did too.
Right.
Rays only had 3 hits. But both of theirs, two out of their hits left the fence, went over the fence.
Solo shots.
It could have been 3 of them. Thank God to Gardner, who fucking pulled one back. And it's upsetting. It's hurtful. Yankees got some looking in the mirror to do. We'll visit off-season acquisitions and whatever the hell needs to happen.
Got plenty of time to do
Plenty of time to do that.
Front office got to feel this, bro.
Yeah.
The Yankee brain trust got to feel this. And I hate to be the guy to say this, but after the way we played this whole 5-game series against the number 1 seed, against a team that went 8-2 against us, a team that came into Yankee Stadium and beat up on us this year, after all of that, we tried to trick them. We tried to play games. We tried to do this. And then, you know, a lot of people were questioning Boone's decisions. And I have some decisions that I've seen that I'm questioning still. They got to feel this. The manager, the general manager, the front office, they got to feel this. The players are definitely going to feel it because every year the players say, you know what, I'm going to remember this feeling. You know, this is going to carry me through the offseason. And then the players are going to work out and they're going to train, and that should be their motivation. But I really want the Yankee front office to feel this and look at this team as currently constructed and figure out how we're going to actually take that next step to get back to the World Series.
Yeah, the front office is probably going to look at, like, we're over 200 mil. You know what I mean? Like, the Rays are just about 50 mil. Like, so what are we doing differently? Like, what is it that we have to do? Do we sign people with bigger contracts? Obviously, we'll table it for later. But they're probably asking themselves, what the fuck do we got to do? Like,
just be the Yankees, bro.
Are they gonna put it on a 60-game season? Are they gonna put it on the fact that Paxton was hurt? Sevy was hurt. Herman did some dumb shit. Like, what's gonna happen? Like,
I mean, I'm gonna be very honest. Hearing Boone at the end of the press conference saying, "Oh, the season's not a failure," is tough to take.
I couldn't listen.
I cannot hear that shit, motherfucker. You telling me don't give me that cat, bro? That shit infuriates me.
No, he did say the goal is to win the World Series.
Yeah, if you're gonna say the goal is to win the World Series and you don't win the World Series, you fucking failed. I mean, it's easy.
There's no success.
Fuck.
There's no success in a losing season, especially being up 1-0.
This season, there's no pride in this. We had losing streaks. We got embarrassed by the Blue Jays, the Orioles, the Mets. There's no pride in this. There's no success in any of this. And I'm thankful that we got this season because we went 8 months not knowing when the season was going to start, if we were going to get a season at all. All of us are fiends. We're Yankee fans, and we obsess over this, and we need the Yankees in our life, and we were able to get that from July 23rd until now. So at least we got that. But you know what we didn't get? We didn't get in Yankee Stadium. We didn't get that real feeling that you could smell, that you could taste, that you could hear in the Bronx. We got it through the television. And I'm not taking away from this 2020 season to say it's not real. I would never say that because if we went on to win it, I'd be like, hell yeah, this is a real World Series.
Facts.
But you're looking at 3 guys that go to the games. You're looking at guys that go to the stadiums. And I know there are fans out there that don't get that experience. And I'm looking forward to 2021 and beyond when we get back in the stadium so we can show you what we actually do. This podcast has been amazing. The streams, the live streams have been phenomenal. Interacting with everyone, meeting everyone. Even like I jumped in the Discord and, I've got to interact with a lot of you guys through Joe's and through Chris that I never knew before. But the way we really do baseball is 162. Before I was doing Pinstripe Strong, some of you that follow me know I go to other parks. You could find me in London Stadium. You could find me in Dodger Stadium. You could find me in Philly, Pittsburgh, wherever the Yankees go, I go. I can't wait to get back to that. This season.
I miss a game next season.
Yeah, this season they can have it. It's over with. It's done. It sucks to lose. I had no doubts that we were gonna pull this one out with Garrett Cole on the mound. He did what he had to do. But now that it's over, exhale and think about it. Right, we're on to 2021, and that's all you need to feel excited, feel good about what's to come. We have a great team. We have a lot of good players on this team. The brain trust, the front office has to be better. And these guys will figure it out, and we'll be back to competing. And I want to see what this Yankee team looks like with Garrett Cole and whoever else we sign or don't sign, money coming off the books. And we'll have a bunch of podcasts in between to walk you through that, to talk about it. I can't wait to see what this team looks like opening day 2021 when we can go back to the stadium, hear it, feel it, smell it, breathe it in, and cover it for the whole Pinstripe Strong army.
Facts, man.
Yeah. I think for, what I look at, and if you want to really talk about this game, because, with this game itself, Garrett Cole, man, first thing I'll say, he went out there in that first inning. I could tell he didn't have it, boy. It just looked like he just did not have it in this game. He missing spots. I think they had the bases loaded in the first inning, right? And he got out of it unscathed, and he struck out. It looked like, to me, he was on fumes. Garrett Cole, to me, looked like he showed me something today. Maybe he didn't get the W. Maybe he didn't give you 7 strong. But he was out there on 3 days rest, giving the team his all. I'm fucking more for anything else. I'm really upset that it came down to him giving up that 1 home run to Meadows, bro.
Yeah,
he was really hoping.
I felt like he deserved better. Because of the kind of guile and fucking effort that he gave this team, boy. He put it on the line. That shit inspired me looking at him doing that shit.
Me too.
I love that.
A Yankee fan.
Love
playing
that.
for the Yankees, playing his ass off.
The fist pump after the strikeout, man. That's
energy.
Imagine that shit in the Bronx, man, with fans.
Yeah, like I was so hyped, man, with that. He got out of some jams. He was in and out. He was working shit. He had traffic on the base paths. He was working, I just like that. Now, going directly to Britain, I get it. Maybe you want to go ahead and get these outs right away. Bringing Chapman in the 7th. Chapman was good. Listen, at the end of the day, whenever he brings in Chapman or not, Chapman got to do the job, bro. You cannot allow another. And I'm sure he's thinking about that too. You cannot allow your team to get walked off twice. They didn't get walked off.
To end the season back-to-back years.
On homers. He didn't get walked off this year. Credit,
To give up home runs that end our season back-to-back years. We're looking at the post-game right now, as we do. Every game we watch the post-game press conference on Yes. Yankee fans, you guys should do that because you will get some insight that you won't get. And we just saw Chapman, and the first thing I said after that, I was like, I don't know how Chapman can exist.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't be Aroldis Chapman. Back-to-back years. Yeah. That's how the season ends for you. It's a long winter.
It is. It is. It's a long winter, long year, all that stuff. And it just sucks because, he's got to live with that shit. He got to live with that pitch, He threw a whole bunch of pitches in, what they said, 6 or 7 pitches, fastballs that he threw at him. This year, he didn't get beat on the second best pitch. This year, he got beat on his best pitch. On his best pitch. That shit was right down the middle. There were a couple of pitches in that inning that he got away with. He did. And maybe if that fastball was up, he swings through it. But he put that shit middle, boy. And Brasso fucking parked that shit. And hats off to him. He gets the revenge.
It would be Brasso. The baseball gods, they are fair. As Yankee fans, we're completely biased, and we think the story is for Garrett Cole to pitch in the Game 5 and win it for the Yankees, and the Yankees to go back to the ALCS and face the Astros, beat the Astros, and go back to the World Series. But no, there's another story being written. And this whole rivalry and beef this year, Kevin Cash, my whole stable, the 98ers, where did that come from? It came from Aroldis Chapman buzzing Brosseau, and Brosseau having his post-game press conference, and you literally look at this game. This guy, they said, was a minor leaguer legend and, like, you know, a AAA guy. Like, but he gets the opportunity to play hero. He gets the guy, or he gets the opportunity to be the guy to send the Tampa Bay Rays to the ALCS against Aroldis Chapman. Hey, that story is forever in the books. I'm not the type to say good for Tampa because I hate Tampa. I got little to no respect for him.
Yeah,
for Tampa. But for Mike Brosseau, for that guy, good for him. Good for him. Good for him. He forever will have that.
He did what he had to do.
Good for him.
He did what he had to do.
Yeah. I mean, I always like to, whoever my opponent is, whether, I mean, year that we lost to the Red Sox, I tip my hat just because I'm not a sore loser. Had I known, for example, 2017, the Astros was cheating, I'm not tipping my hat, but I've always been like that.
I got no respect for him.
I do, bro, because they came out Game 5. They showed up. You know, they pitched too. Like, they came out, you know, and of course Judge hits the home run of Nick Anderson, but on 2 days rest, that kid Glass now, he does his job. You know? He comes, you know, everybody that came out for out of their pen, they did their job. Yankees had a whole bunch of pitches to hit, and they didn't put it in play.
Individual players I have respect for. I just don't have respect for teams in our division. I can't give them the props.
I'll never root for them. I'll never root for them. Never. I'll never root for them. But you know, if they beat you fair and square, bro, you tip your cap. That's all I do, bro.
Yeah,
That's
they definitely beat us fair and square. I'll say that.
Yeah, we took them to 5. Shout out to Luke, even though he struggled in this game. Shout out to him. Was definitely on 1 foot. I don't know, man. I don't really. There's not really too much to really talk about this game itself.
5 years later, Tampa cheated with the base cams.
Can you imagine?
Do you have
Tampa had a guy stationed in the hotel sending the Yankees signs.
Who's the you trash of the series?
Yeah, we're already jumping at you. I mean, there's really not much. There's not.
I mean, seriously.
No, there's a
Yankees
couple
lost.
guys that can get you trash.
There was a couple errors too. You want to go with
no for the series?
You trash for the series. Fuck.
I'm sorry, I got to do this, and it pains me because I love Gio, and he is the god, the Gold Glove Gio and all that. But you know what, Gio? You know what they say about you on every broadcast, whether it's Ron Darling, whether it's John Smoltz, whether it's whatever, they say the book on this guy is that he couldn't hit. And we got into this series 5 games, and you couldn't hit. And then today, when you made that error, I said to myself, only in a Game 5 would Gio tweak like that and not make that one play that he didn't make. And I'm just like, dog, you are the Yankees' third baseman. And I also hate to say this, too, because I'm a Miguel Andujar guy. I'm a year 2 do guy. You took third base from Miguel Andujar. We all love you, Gio. But to be that everyday third baseman for the New York Yankees, you got to rise to the occasion when we need you most. You did it in Cleveland. And maybe you had a personal agenda with the Indians, but you went quiet this whole series at the plate. It's not good enough.
Yeah.
You trash, son.
Jeez.
You trash, son. He's probably not the first guy I'm giving it to, but who you going with, Chris?
Fuck. I think I'm going to give it a Voit, man.
You going to give it a Voit?
Yeah, I mean, I know Voit hit a home run.
One.
And
Home run.
That was a big home run.
Yeah, it was.
Set the tone yesterday.
It set the tone, but overall, he said it himself. He didn't do shit in the 5 games.
Foot stuff. We know.
Yeah, I mean, and listen, you come out and you say we're gonna win tomorrow, and I love the confidence. I want my players to have the confidence, obviously, but then you didn't do anything today. So you gotta
giving it to Voit.
Yeah, I'm giving it.
I mean, there's like 2 other guys. If you you hit one.
Yeah,
you hit one. If Joe's doesn't hit the next 2, I already know.
I was going with a pitcher. I was gonna go with a pitcher, but I'm like, nah, I'm gonna give it a Voit. So yeah, boy, you were trash for this series.
I'm not going pitchers, but we can do that.
You
too.
trash, son. I can't believe, like, I wasn't even anticipating getting the ability to give it to Judge.
Right.
He had a home run today. That's why.
I don't give a shit, bro. The whole series, where the fuck were you, bro? The series is totally different if you hit in game 2, 3, 4.
That's true.
You live for these moments, homie, and I get it. You hit the home run in game 5. You know, even later on in that game, you had opportunities after the homer and nothing. And shit, man. I wanted to give it to Tanaka.
Yeah, I was gonna give it to Tanaka.
And I'm like, fuck.
Or Hap, or
I'm not giving it to Hap. Fuck Hap. Like,
he's off.
Tanaka.
He's gone.
Like, Judge got to show up. Judge is the guy that we build this fucking lineup around.
We built a space for him in Section 104 called the Judge's Chambers.
I was getting a call crazy on the Twitch chat. Like, oh, how you gonna talk about Judge like that? I'm like, fam.
No,
he hasn't really done anything. And then, finally he hits the home run today, but the whole series, B, you were gone.
Judge was swinging at pitches way out of the zone. I don't know what the hell was going on. Giancarlo showed up. Judge didn't. Giancarlo showed up. Judge didn't. I don't want to hear one person blame Giancarlo for this postseason or anything like that. He's absolved.
Now, if it was Giancarlo, Twitter would have a meltdown. I mean, if it was Giancarlo that batting like that.
But yeah, Judge didn't show up. And then my second guy's Tanaka. Like, Tanaka, the Yankees do all this shit. They give you an extra day's rest and all this stuff. Playoffs, Tanaka is basically out the window.
It's done.
And you get fucking shelled. Like, you don't even give the team a chance.
Yeah, 5 earned runs.
After that fucking debacle in game 2, you don't stand up in game 3?
Tanaka's washed.
What the hell was that?
Now the conversation about, hey man, you got to sign Tanaka again.
No.
Not after those talks.
I changed my mind.
It's not as concrete, especially with the situation in the arm. 2 back-to-back debacles.
And Judge batted 143 against Tampa, 111 against Cleveland.
He is.
And I know the whole thing with the rain for Tanaka, against Cleveland. I get it, but you can't come out.
No, that game 3 was horrible.
Yeah, but Tanaka didn't even look good in his last start in Buffalo against the Blue Jays.
That's
Tanaka
true.
hasn't looked good, I don't know, since his start in Tampa in July. Like, he hasn't had a good start in over a month, maybe a month and a half.
You said July? No, he was better before that, but I'm saying, like,
August
rather, not July.
Yeah,
the season started July 23rd.
Yeah, my thing is just that you see that, you kind of gotta take it on your shoulders and say, you know what? The team is kind of relying on me, 1, to give him some innings, and 2, to win. I'm not saying Tanaka didn't, and he says he felt his stuff was a little better and stuff like that, but it wasn't, and he got fucking shelled. I'm giving it to both of those motherfuckers, bro.
I can't put it so much.
You trash, son!
Me personally, I can't put it so much on the pitching because there's a lot of guys in this lineup that could have hit better. We said Luke. We said Gio. We said Judge. A lot of these guys in this lineup could have done more. And then also, you trash to the organization.
You gotta show the pitching.
I know game 2 was a debacle, but the Yankee offense did score 5.
Yankees had the worst.
They also scored,
Giancarlo.
They also scored 4 in game 3. The 5 and 4 runs should be enough to win a postseason game. But the pitching just let. I mean, like, if they would have
horrible.
If they would have pitched like in game 4, we wouldn't be talking about a game 5. You know what I mean? But
Gio, Judge, Voit went too quiet in this 5-game series.
DJ kind of went quiet.
DJ at the top of the order. He had some strikeouts. He had some ground outs.
Yeah, man.
He didn't have any extra base hits. Let's not forget about my MVP, your MVP, hashtag DJLMVP. Bro, where you at when it's October postseason in this 5-game series against an in-division rival? Yeah, DJ didn't give us enough at the top of the order. He got the most at-bats and didn't give us enough.
Yeah.
PinstripeStrong performer for me, Judge. Yeah, right.
Good one.
Giancarlo Stanton.
Horse.
Horse.
PinstripeStrong performer for sure. I mean, he set a record. for most consecutive Yankees homer. The dude was hitting shit
And extra base
all
hits
over
too.
the place, left and right. Awesome job. There's only, to be honest, PinstripeStrong performers, there's only really a few people.
The two highest paid guys.
Like 3.
Giancarlo Stanton, Garrett Cole.
Oh, you going with Garrett Cole?
I'm going Garrett Cole. How
All right.
many innings did he give us? I don't know. I'm not even looking at my phone to count the innings he gave us in this series, but he didn't give it up that much, and he had a bunch of strikeouts. And for what we're paying him for, that is exactly what we're paying him for. We used him twice. He gave us 2 starts. He had a bunch of strikeouts. He gave us that fire, that adrenaline, that moxie that we need to see from other guys, that passion. Garrett Cole, in his first postseason for the Yankees, he looked like the ace that we wanted him to be. He was the best pitcher on this staff, and outside of Garrett Cole, we don't really have any other pitchers. We don't have any other pitching. So PinstripeStrong performer is Garrett Cole for me if we're looking at the rotation.
Who are you going with, Chris?
This guy, man, I always
Please don't miss on him. Please don't miss on him.
this guy I always get on him because he don't be on the field, but
Thank you, Chris.
he
You got me away.
killed. This man killed, and I would have loved to see Hicks hit one to the sticks. And
Let's go.
Aaron Hicks is my guy. Wow, man.
The Hive is alive.
Talk about showing up and showing out. Beautiful, man. When it comes to the walks, when it comes to the defense, you did what you had to do, B.
Bro, Hicks had an 899 OPS.
Yeah.
He was batting like
He was batting
550
389, and his on-base percentage was like up near 500.
Bonkers.
That pimp walks.
Bonkers.
Hicks was the shit.
Love it.
And
I feel like he didn't waste on that bat. I mean, yeah, maybe that one when Joe yesterday, like, well, he's very patient, and then he popped up the first pitch.
Yeah, because he swung at the first pitch after somebody walked on 4 pitches.
Hicks,
but
your game is not to
pressing.
swing at the first pitch, B. You always work it.
You could tell he was pressing.
Yeah.
He was trying to be the hero. Even though he did enough, he was trying to be the hero because nobody else was being the hero.
That's not your game, Hicks. You play your game, but you did it right, man. This postseason, you really show something. And these are, and you're my PinstripeStrong performer. And these are the things that you think about, you know, when we sit down again and record. These are the things that you think about. These are the positives that you take from this, you know, disaster of a season. Thank you for showing, shining the light.
Hicks Hive.
Yeah, man, because fuck, B, like, I need
A
your
lot
help.
of
For what this lineup is and the way that it's constructed and shit like that,
Yeah.
I love Hicks' game. I love that he could be able to walk. I love where they put him in the lineup and he's able to do it. I want to see a full, healthy season out of him. I would be excited for that. I feel like sometimes he gets a little too homer happy and he wants to, especially with the short porch from the left side. But if he can learn how to put the ball and play the other way, bro, and spray the ball around the field, Hicks could be fucking Bernie Williams to me, bro.
He could.
switch hitter,
He could.
strong arm. And he was getting hella work in center field. We watched him catch a lot of fly balls in center field. He was there.
Yep.
Hicks Hive is alive. We
Hicks
just
Hive
want
is
y'all to join the Hicks Hive, baby. So many
Like
people hate on 2 players. I see a lot of hate during the season for Giancarlo Stanton and Aaron Hicks. And those 2 guys raised their game this postseason. So you got to shut up about them for months.
Yeah.
You got to keep that quiet.
Some honorable mention, man. Guardy.
Guardy's a good one.
Thank
Glaber.
you, my brother.
Glaber's another one.
Glaber.
Monty.
Higgy.
Higgy
Was put in the
Another
spot. This we didn't know going
Nelson.
into this series that Higgy would have to be this guy that he had to be.
Yeah.
Nelson. King.
Nick Nelson, Jonathan Holder.
Well, those were, I mean,
Short,
I'm
very
glad that they got their
small
feet
sample
wet.
size.
I'm glad that they got their feet
But
wet.
that's what
with
I'm
shit.
saying. Like, I'm glad that these, I mean, we talked, you said it. You're like, how the Yankees have, these, a lot of them are inexperienced. We need some veterans for them to get this experience and to actually be successful. That I think it will do wonders. But man, I'm tired of fucking talking about this shit. I want to win already, V. Like,
Yeah.
I want to win. Like,
We got the talent. We got the payroll. We got the talent. It's supposed. We're in our window. That's what I said. Another thing too, before we move on to the next thing, 2020, the 60-game season. At the start, Joe said this is 61-game seasons. Every game is worth a season. It matters.
Right.
It matters. you know what? This whole thing did matter because we're in our window. We are in a championship window with this team. And that window is going to close. It's another year of these guys getting older, another year getting close to having to give big contracts to guys. There's also some money coming off the books from some mistakes we made in the past. It's going to be a very interesting offseason.
And I want a quick apology to Frazier. My bad, bro. My bad that, we had to play Guardy.
Didn't play you enough.
We had to play Guardy, but, there was a few at-bats that it could have been yours.
Hell of a year for Clint
Frazier.
Frazier.
Hell of a year for you.
Hell of a year for
Awesome.
the masked man,
Happy for you.
7-7.
Happy for you, man. Like everything that you've gone through with, sending you down and the concussions and
Love the growth I see from Clint this
Maturity.
year,
the
too.
maturity. Be like, you're amazing, bro. Amazing.
Growth from Clint was awesome this year. That's something there. We got some reactionary voicemails real quick. Got to give people the
How many?
love.
30?
If it's guys, if it's too long, if it's over a minute, I can't play them. But just want to make sure, so I could try to get as many people in as we can. But let's go here. Let's see. Where is it? Where the fuck? Oh, here we go. What the fuck?
Bluetooth. Check the Bluetooth.
Back at the series and the season, a lot of blame for this team's lack of success, I think, needs to go to Boone. I think looking forward, why are we pinch hitting Ford? Don't give me lefty on righty. Ford hasn't had a hit since August. He looked awful all year. He looked overmatched. And then with that, now that puts Sanchez behind the plate, where, let's be fair, his pitch calling isn't the best, which is fine. I'm a Gary hater for this season. I've typically liked him in the past, but I think Higgy's put together great at-bats all year, especially in the postseason.
What happened?
That Mike Ford shit will grind my gears for a long time.
That shit is like straight up that analytic shit that I was saying about, man. It's just fucking sucks. That Mike Ford shit was.
They did it twice. They pinch hit him late in the game twice.
Explanation
I try to justify it, but yeah, thinking about it more, you can't bring somebody who barely has left the bench.
He batted 135 this year.
Frazier did hit a home run in this series. Like, why not Frazier with the lightning bat speed? But
yeah,
I don't know. And then
they gave too much respect to that guy Diego Castillo. They gave way too much respect to that guy Diego Castillo.
And then I don't know, but there was a pitch that I think if it was Higgy, maybe he would have framed it better and it would have been the strikeout. It would have avoided that home run. But
yeah.
Maybe. We could only go on the maybes as of right now, but fuck, man. Sometimes the best move is the one you don't make, and yeah. So, who got next? Running.
Oh, my fucking phone died. All right, guys. So,
we'll do a voicemail app.
Yeah, we'll end up doing a voicemail app. I promise you guys.
So call in with your last end of the season thoughts.
Yes.
Whatever you want us to talk about.
We're gonna have to end the podcast here then.
We can do a voicemail episode next week, and I'm not even worried about it. This is the eulogy pod. It's the end of the 2020 season. It's the end of the 60-game season. I haven't felt like this at the end of the season in a while because I'm actually relieved. This is not really how it's supposed to go. I'm thankful we got it to go. But, when I met Joe's at Yankee Stadium. When I would see Joe's all the time, I would see Joe's in the same place. Yankee Stadium. We didn't get to do that this year. So, this year is done. I'm kind of relieved because I have optimism that we'll be back in the stadium for 2021 for 162, and then I'll feel regular again. I'll feel like I'm actually doing this again.
Right.
Yeah. Fucking phone died is just the definition of this fucking season. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much. If you guys want to leave us voicemails, we'll do a voicemail app with the emotions. So we'll release that separately, and then we'll also do end of the season, full wrap up, talking about the full season, and then what the Yankees' needs are, and then of course we'll cover the off season as well. We'll get into a point where, and we'll update you guys. So make sure you guys follow PinstripeStrong on Twitter and Instagram, and or you guys can also follow me on Discord. My link's in my bio on Twitter and Instagram as well, and on the Discord I keep people informed.
I'm not gonna have Instagram after 2020, so if you want to hear about Chris McFly,
Twitter.
28,
Twitter, Twitch, Discord,
Twitter.
Yeah, you can follow us on there. We'll still be having a podcast, releasing it, discussing off-season moves and all of that stuff. Probably waiting until the full off-season starts before we start doing that. There's a lot of questions, a lot of things. What are the Yankees gonna do? All of that stuff.
Yeah,
and we'll go
and just
there.
regular talk between the three of us. If there's not a lot of Yankee news or updates, we'll still keep y'all entertained, and we'll still have conversations and chats with y'all on the pod.
Like, what's really good?
We'll pass the time until we get back to America.
Seriously, not serious about fitness.
SNS Fitness.
Yeah. SNS Fitness. I got y'all.
I'm gonna be, you know, according to the doctors, I'll be in the clear by December. That's 6 months removed. Nice. So SNS Fitness.
Chris will be doing backflips at Yankee Stadium coming next year.
Backflips. You know,
events next year.
Planks on the field.
Yeah.
Events next year.
SNS Fitness.
We're going to do meetups at the stadium. We're going to do PinstripeStrong, Talking Yanks, JomboyMedia live podcast, events at the stadium. Like, cool. There's a lot of good that came from this year. The Yankees lost, but honestly, for JomboyMedia, we opened the Bronx office up this year.
Facts.
And none of us knew we were going to fall into a pandemic. And for us to survive this year and for the company to keep making moves, for our podcast to do well and do better this year, there's a lot to look forward to coming real soon.
It was actually the event that was supposed to happen, and it had
the Billy's launch event. That was the first thing that got canceled. That was going to be on March 14th.
I remember that.
I remember having the conversation. Shout out to Joey, who owns Billy's, if he's watching. Sometimes he checks in. I remember having that conversation with him and Jimmy that day. It was on March 10th, and then that was the day where I was like, I didn't even know. That's when I was like, we're not going to have opening day.
Yeah, like everything was in the unknown. Yeah. The unknown, man.
I wanted to, well, you know, on my channel, on this Twitch channel, on YouTube, I'll do some other stuff. You know, I'll probably end up doing like some different videos that I'll release on there. But on my Twitch, I'll be doing like different gaming and all of that stuff because I'm definitely getting that going, and that's a whole different wave of stuff. We might be doing a anime podcast. I don't know. We'll see on that.
Anime.
We're talking about anime and shows and shit like that, so that would be cool. Kind of like a amateur view on the anime, because I know some weebs out there go crazy on them. So that's
don't. I mean, we're seriously not serious
about it.
Yeah. So
but I wanted to thank you guys, people listening, all of the listeners. I wanted to thank JomboyMedia as well for helping us out, giving us the platform, and for helping us grow as well. Jomboy and Jake, you know, I had to thank them the other day. I think it was in the Cleveland series. I just shot them a text, and I was like, yo, I wanted to thank you guys for coming together, building, you know, kind of putting together this fucking energy, bro. It's just coming through organically, which is awesome. I'm excited for everything.
Facts.
Thank my mods, man. I got to thank the mods in the chat. Be in my live chat, Elizabeth and Marcus and
Metro
and, you know, fucking DZ and
man,
you know,
everybody that
goes in there, bro.
Once you start naming names, you forget people. So
yeah, I don't want to forget people, but I wanted to thank all of you guys, man, seriously, for coming through, because without you guys do a lot of background shit to make shit going, and people that hop in and gave us a chance. You know what I mean? We're minorities talk about fucking baseball. We're seriously not serious about it. We're fucking joking, and
we lit though.
And we lit, and we having fun, and
Jersey and the Bronx.
Yeah,
facts.
Enjoy that playlist too, guys. But,
right then, we put the playlist together. We're gonna do some music stuff. We'll talk about music. We'll talk about fitness, anime, gaming. There's more to all three of us than just baseball, but we're glad that baseball is what connects all of us. That's the common denominator, right? We're all Yankee fans, so it starts there. It starts there.
Even wrestling, man.
And the WWE.
You know what I mean? I love my wrestling. I actually missed SmackDown, man. I heard it was really good, so.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining. I'll see you guys later. And from Keith, Chris, and I, thank you solemnly. And New York Yankee season is over. But I always say this, and I'm going to always say this. Win or loss or whatever it is, make sure you guys always keep your pinstripes on and say pinstripe strong. Let's go Yankees. Tell them, Noah.
Yankee fan today, tomorrow, forever. I just did what Chris usually does.
Rest in peace.
Oh, shit good?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I need to get the heating pad.
Thank you, guys. Woo. Deuces, guys. Yorkie, that hookah coming soon. Oh, my God. I forgot to take off the fucking chat. Oh, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. Never mind. Did I not? Oh, what a fucking fail. I didn't do this.
What happens if you did it?
I don't know.
It was a little outside, man.
It's warm. I know it's like
62 right now.
yeah, that's warmer than
Let me put on the hoodie.